Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku charts.com daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, June 26, 2013. Well, a continuation of the trend to the upside today, and a candle that's made a higher high and a higher low, and the second consecutive day that we've seen a white body candle, denoting that the buyers are finding some decent upside momentum. In terms of net effect, the buyers have made a net amount of bullish progress on the day between the open and the close. And that's what we like to see as a trend continues on its way. We've also seen the market close up towards the high. Not quite at the high. And we do have a small shadow on the top of this candle, and I'll discuss that in a minute, but we have closed very close to the high and certainly above the midpoint level, and that suggests that the buyers have closed this market with control, and a fairly strong amount of control. The shadow on the bottom, however, represents downside price rejection, and that represents the market price rejection from the market interacting with the Tenkan-sen, the green line here. That's the Ichimoku indicator that represents the short-term time frame, and the market has been rejected from that area, and we know that the Ichimoku indicators can act as areas of support and resistance. We also see that the market traded within the cloud and has been rejected from the cloud, and that's exactly what we would expect in this situation, where the bottom or the top of the cloud act as very, very solid areas of support or resistance, or the area within the cloud acts as an area of support or resistance. And in this case, we've seen price rejection and the market failing to close within the cloud. Now, in terms of the Fibonacci extension, we're examining the relationship of the first time frame uptrend to the previous time the market was trending up, and here today we've seen the market trade through the 61.8% level for the previous day's trading. We did have some doubt about the continuation of the trend because we saw the rejection from above the 61.8% and the market failing to close above there. We have a confirmation of the market continuing the trend up, and we took out the high and established that higher high and higher low, and today we've seen the market trade exactly to the 100%, and with the Tenkan-sen trading around that area, it did strengthen that area as a potential area of resistance. The small amount of rejection from there does raise doubt about continuation of the trend, so let's be on the lookout. But everything that this candle is telling us, the short-term dynamics are not favouring the sellers at the moment, so it's not likely that we will see a change of trend. But based on the strong area of resistance that we have close by, we do need to be on the lookout for that potential change of trend, and that is on the card. So let's watch for a potential lower high and lower low. So watch that low very, very closely. But as I've said, this is a fairly bullish candle, very similar to the previous day's trading, even more bullish by closing closer to the high, and there is no strength from the sellers at the moment. In terms of the Fibonacci retracement, the market has traded exactly to the 50% level and does suggest that there could be some solid resistance around this area. So once again, combined with all of the other techniques and the very strong resistance around that area, we do need to watch for a potential lower high and lower low. But let's watch that high also for the potential for the market to continue trading up. Now, in terms of Ichimoku, obviously a market that's technically still just bearish in the long-term time frame, but we've closed so close to the cloud that we're virtually almost neutral as well. So there is a possibility of its sentiment in this long-term time frame changing, but technically only just bearish by closing just below the cloud. In terms of the medium-term time frame, the market remains negative, remains bearish in the medium-term time frame by trading below the Kijun-sen, the pink indicator. But that line is flat, and very often, as I mention all the time, when that's flat we tend to see price action attracted back towards that indicator, and that's what we've seen for the past two trading days. And there is a possibility of the market continuing the trend to the upside, but obviously the barrier of the cloud and the Tenkan-sen and the Fibonacci levels around this area have combined to suggest that there may be some strong resistance around there. Now, importantly, we have seen the market close up above the 1600 level of resistance and in a bullish manner, and that does suggest that there is a good possibility of the market having enough momentum to trade higher into this cloud and perhaps to the Kijun-sen. In terms of the short-term time frame, we are trading just below the Tenkan-sen, the green line here, and that suggests that the market is bearish in that fast-term time frame, but there is a possibility that if the market trades up above there and closes above there, we could see a bullish change in sentiment in that fast-term time frame. The Chico span here is below the corresponding price action, so it's confirming the negativity that we're seeing in the higher time frames and in the fast-term time frame technically. But really, we have the market trading so close to the cloud and so close to the Tenkan Sen that there is a lot of indecision in this market in that longer and the very short-term time frame. There is a possibility of the market rallying here, but we do have that doubt raised with the market finding resistance around this area, and combined with the Fibonacci levels, it wouldn't surprise to see the market sell off and test back down to lower levels. We do need to wait and watch how this market develops. We should be watching the high for a potential higher high and higher low, and I suggest that if we do see the trend continue, that we may see the appreciation limited by the expected resistance at a higher level around the top of the cloud, and with this window that was open in the Kijun Sen trading around this area, around the 1625 area up to about the 1630 area. By the same token, let's watch for a potential lower high and lower low. We don't have any indication that that will happen because we still do have this bullish candle, but there is potential for that based on the strong resistance around this area. So a rather indecisive market at the moment, but in that short-term time frame, in terms of the short-term dynamics, the buyers are still in control of this market.